Hello there, my beautiful Capricorn signs. It's Rachel with Dark Knight Coaching. Today's video is all about you. This is going to be tied to the lunar cycles that are happening for you. There's a lot of heavy stuff going on for Capricorn. So if you're here, you've probably been guided to be here. So thanks for being here. And if this video resonates, please hit the like button or subscribe. It helps my channel to grow and I greatly appreciate it. So Capricorn, I'm just going to dive into the lunar cycles because that's very significant for you at this time. I feel like you're struggling with having faith because you're going through such major changes in your life at this point. So we just had a full moon in Capricorn on June 21st, and then I'm recording this video on the 12th, but there's going to be a full moon in Capricorn on July 21st as well. 24th might be significant for some of you. But this is all about kind of shedding that old skin, shedding the old lifestyle, shedding an old narrative, an old habit, an old pattern that's not serving you. And it's moving out of the old and into the new, which I do feel like is a struggle for you at this time, because maybe you feel like life has done you dirty. Maybe you're feeling pretty jaded, pretty tired, pretty exhausted with like situations and just general being alive. And I'm struggling because I feel you. I have Capricorn in my chart, heavy Capricorn in my chart. So I'm kind of in that kind of vibe too right now. And Spirit is saying to surrender to the divine. They want you to keep the faith. They want you to keep doing what your heart knows is right, being authentic to yourself. Sometimes that's not always an easy route. I don't think it's ever really an easy route. It's, basically like walking barefoot on broken glass or hot stones, and maybe you're into fire walking, or maybe you've been thinking about it, because that's probably a synchronicity or sign for you to give it a go, because it is mind over matter here, and it is a mind game that we're living in here, Capricorn. Like, this is a mind game because we are conscious thought, we are conscious awareness in this meat suit, in this outfit for this short blip of time. So Spirit is really saying surrender to the divine. There's some changes coming with the full moon for sure, for all of us, but particularly for you. And I do feel like a lot of you might be struggling with even just identifying what you're feeling at a certain time. And that is common when you have a lot of trauma, childhood trauma specifically, when you've been raised to suppress your feelings and emotions and to compartmentalize them for someone else's peace, when you've been taught to keep the peace by keeping quiet and not saying what you're feeling, or not crying, or not speaking up. That's very common trauma to deal with and to handle in adulthood, where you get to this point where you're like, I don't even know what I'm feeling because I've suppressed so much, I've compartmentalized so much. Like, what is even going on? I'm just feeling like, you might be aware you're feeling anxiety or feeling overwhelmed or regret maybe, but regret is reliving the past. It's kind of, you have this feeling of angst over past pain. And anxiety is the fear of the future, essentially. So regret is the fearfulness of the past. Anxiety is the fearfulness of the future. And Spirit wants you to toe that middle line, which is being present, which is being here, which is being now, which is not, again, it's not always easy to do. But in order to do that, you might have to understand your feelings, and you might have to understand what it is you're feeling and why it is you're feeling that. And sometimes that does require you to look ahead, and sometimes it requires you to look behind, but you're looking, you're glancing, you're not staring into the past, you're not harping on something, you're not, overly anxious about what's going to happen in the future. You're kind of staying in this present middle moment. And the third eye intuition card I pulled for you says identify. It says sit with your feelings and consolidate your mind feeling and your gut feeling into one course of action. Does it require your whole brain response? Is this the right response, or is it the one you're fighting? So this is all about cohesion between your head and your heart. Your head and your heart are literally connected by something called your vagus nerve, and your heart usually knows things before your head knows things. There's been scientific studies about that. And if you want to know more, make sure you check out my video about head and heart, because I go into a bit more detail about what that involves. But it's basically like you need your mind, your body, and your soul all on the same plane in order to be aligned with your highest self. And if you're going through an awakening process, that's a very difficult challenge to do, because it's basically the 3 keys are the mind, the body, and the soul, and getting those into alignment. So your mind has to be aligned with your body, which is essentially your heart space. And then that triggers a lot of things to help you on your path of ascension. But you are mystical, because I did pull the mystic card, and this is tied to your third eye chakra. So your third eye, if it hasn't opened yet, it probably will be opening, and you're probably experiencing a lot of access to your clair abilities, your claircognizance, your clairvoyance. Maybe you're hearing or seeing things, not in a schizophrenic way, just in a shadow way, or a sparkle way, or a orbs. Maybe you see orbs or things like that. Or maybe you're even prophetic. Maybe you're having visions of the future and what that holds for you. And you're like, oh, I'm having these strange dreams. Because sometimes we get messages in our dreams that are kind of helping guide us toward our highest self, our highest timeline, our highest path. So that might be happening for you. And I just saw 555 on the recording clock. So that's probably a significant angel number for you. 5 usually symbolizes change. It can also symbolize conflict, but I feel like in this case, it's a little bit of both. It's like conflicting change happening. Interestingly enough, the card you have here, the animal card, was elephant. This one is, I feel like this is like almost like the elephant in the room. And I feel like that is tied to your feelings, and it's tied to acknowledging like it wasn't okay before maybe for you to have feelings and to acknowledge them and to sit with them and feel them. But now it's like, you can't get away with not doing it, like not doing the work, because it's like the mask has been lifted, your third eye is open, you are ascending, and it's, you know what to do intuitively in your gut. But it's just having that struggle between your mind and your heart of like choosing your heart space over the logical reasoning part of us. And that is a challenge. So the elephant also says, use your sense of empathy to iron out differences in your family or in your personal and professional relationships. So if you've been having family issues, this is a sign to be empathetic when it comes to that. And, you know, there is such a thing as toxic empathy. So again, that's a fine line you have to walk between the balance of narcissism and empathetic, because if you push yourself too far into the empathetic realm, you become a people pleaser, and that's basically like toxic empathy, because it's like you're almost this martyr person, overcompensating for someone else's maybe I don't want to say downfalls, but trying to overcompensate for somebody else is just not good anyway. So don't try to do that, because you're never going to fill a void in someone else by giving more of yourself. Okay, that's what I'm trying to say. And I think the empathy might be directed towards you, Capricorn. So you might have to be a little bit more empathetic towards yourself, because the Power of Love card that I pulled for you was compassion. And this says you demonstrate the language of the heart by actively sharing and living love. So again, if you've been just debating on like if something's right for you or if something's going to be worth it, I do get it like a sign that says like, yeah, it's going to be worth the effort you put into it. And I think it's going to be worth the effort you put into yourself. And the Wisdom Oracle card I have for you, Capricorn, is Come to the Edge. It is number 36. That might be a significant number for you at this time. So this Come to the Edge is basically the same thing as like the Surrender to the Divine. It's the same card, just in a different platform. This is having faith, having trust. She's like, you know, dancing on the little ledge here, like, I don't care if I fall off, somebody's gonna catch me. And the Divine is saying like, we got you, we're guiding you. You may not see that there's a big old, what are those things called at the bottom of a I can't think of it now, the things that like the actors or the stunts jump off to, the big like balloon looking things. That's what I'm thinking of. I just don't know the name for it, but you get my visual. Like, you can jump off the edge metaphorically at any time, and Spirit will catch you with the path that they're providing. So you also have the archetype card called the Bridge. This one I love because it makes me think of that the Disney movie. I know that sounds like an offshoot, but Raya, the dragon movie, I can't think of it. And there's a Janae Aiko song in there. I think that's how you say her name. She says like, trust is a bridge. So like this is an opportunity for you to build a bridge of trusting the divine, of putting things into their hands, it's an opportunity. And, it's up to you if you take it, if you want to trust that or not. I can't tell you what to do. I'm just here to help guide you. And trusting in the divine or trusting in God or whatever you want to believe in is sometimes challenging because we can't see it. It's not a tangible thing that we can trust in. It's just, sometimes it's just like talking to the wind. So, use discernment here, Capricorn, when it comes to your situation and your pursuits and whatever it is you're doing. I don't want to give you any financial or medical advice because I don't want you to compromise yourself and then be like, oh, that lady on the internet told me to jump off a bridge. That's not what I'm saying. It's a metaphorical bridge, okay? But your tarot cards that I pulled for you are very much so in alignment, and I just saw 1111 again when I was recording, so there's something significant there. I do feel like 1111 is portal energy. It's also tied to twin flame if you're into twin flame stuff, but I do feel like 1111 in this case symbolizes a new path, a new opportunity, a new jump. And the Lionsgate portal 88 might be very significant for you, Capricorn, coming up. So I do have a video posted about that for the Lionsgate portal that's upcoming. And I do feel like it's going to be a major shift, a major opportunity for everyone because it is this bridge. It's this period of time with these lunar cycles that's opening, and it's up to you if you're going to choose to take that path or not. And it's a choice we all have to make to grow or to stay the same. So your past energy is the Seven of Pentacles. This is all about putting the time and effort in, as this is like is the juice worth the squeeze kind of card is what I call it. It's that person's like, gosh, I don't know if this was worth it. And I feel like that's where you've been sitting at. But your present energy is the Knight of Wands. And this is all about moving forward, making the change, pursuing something that, is that you're lusting for, that you're passionate about. It could be a relationship. It could be a job. It could be a creative spark that you're having. It could be something you're studying that's new. Because I have the Page of Pentacles here for you in the future, and the Page of Pentacles is all about a new opportunity. It's also about being like a novice at something and learning and putting in the effort and putting in the work. So maybe it's tarot. Maybe you want to learn tarot from a tarot reader or something like that, or you're going to study it on your own and you're going to go to the library and research all about it. That's kind of how I learned tarot, and I, signed up to take a class, and now I'm here doing this. And I was divinely guided to do these tarot videos and to become a life coach because of all of the hardships that I've endured throughout my life, to help people deal with their trauma and to understand it in a basic way. So that might be something that you're pursuing as well, Capricorn, or it could be something that's totally different. Like maybe your outlet is writing or making songs, making music. It could be, however you creatively present yourself. But I think it's like you're the elephant in the room because you're so unique and different that you're just doing things your way. And that's what sets you apart, which I think is a great thing to have. Now, your subconscious information here, Capricorn, or your underpinning information, I did get 2 cards for you, which I thought was interesting. And you do have a lot of earth in this reading because you had the Page of Pentacles, 7 of Pentacles, and now the 4 of Pentacles as well. So make sure you're grounding yourself or feeling grounded by maybe just finances or relationships or career stuff is on your mind for sure. But I do feel like there's a lot subconsciously going on for you as well, because the 4 of Pentacles, that one, is all about kind of holding back. It can be about regret. It can be about squirreling away some funds for a vacation or for something you're saving up for. And that could be about pursuing your passion. Maybe you have to save up for it in order to get there. Now the 5 of Swords is fives are typically conflict cards when it comes to tarot. So if there's a 5, it's usually a little hurdle that you're going through. This could be getting out of a mindset because, this person has 3 swords that they're carrying. They could take 2, but they're kind of just walking away from that. And it's kind of running away maybe from something that wasn't serving you or something that maybe kept you trapped or feeling small. And I feel like you're just getting out of that sort of mindset because the swords are all about air. It's about our mind. It's about our thought processes and our habits and our beliefs and our values and those sorts of things. And the 5 is like maybe you were conflicted about something or you still are conflicted about something. But I think that's why Spirit is really asking you to like go within and sit with your feelings and sit with your gut and your heart and see what's leading you in your heart space first versus your head space. And that's why you have all of this like surrender to the divine, and then you have the synchronistic compassion and empathy cards here. So make sure you're being compassionate and empathetic to yourself first, and then you can spread that out to everyone else. So that's what I have for you, Capricorn. Hopefully this video helped. If it did, please hit the like button and subscribe. It helps my channel to grow. If you're interested in a coaching session, please feel free to reach out and send me an email or DM me or find my website, and I will get you booked for a tarot reading or a life coaching session to help guide you on your journey. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.